Welcome back to the ABC of EDC with me, Rick Flat, your host through everything, everyday carry. Good to have you back. I am super excited about this channel. We are now at 2,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers. So thank you, those of you that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. It feels really good. But a whole chunk of you haven't. If you haven't, take a moment just to press the little subscribe thing, the likey, the little bell icon, select all that sort of stuff. It helped me no end. Today we're going to look at another little watch. This is from IWC. Never had one of these on wrist, in hand to play with, but we've got a lovely little bronze bomber here. We're going to have a quick look at it. So let's not mess around, because we didn't get to 2,000 subscribers by dorking around. So let's turn the angle. Let's check out this watch, get some of those juicy B-roll shots, and let's get going. So here we have it, the IWC Spitfire. We're back into a luxury box after a few different G-Shocks and Timexes and stuff. We're kind of back into the luxury box. And what does that mean? It means we've got posh flap. I love a posh flap. Generally, I like it when I have something written on here, or a little message, or a bar of chocolate or something for me. But we'll go with just a posh flap here. The watch itself is in this little IWC branded case, which is, you know, very, very delicious, very well made. We'll put that aside for the moment because there's more treats from the luxury flap box yet. Not only do we have a nice flap, we have a drawer. Come on, man. Let's see what's in the drawer. In the drawer, we've got a little warranty card there, IWC branded. Got a little bag for your watch, again, IWC branded. And then if we pull up the little luxury flap in the luxury drawer, what have we got? Well, international warranty. We got operating instructions for your IWC Spitfire. And then this is just awesome. We have in its own branded envelope, and you'll have to take my word for it. This is a quality affair. We have our very own IWC cleaning cloth. I mean, you've got to love that. I mean, and I guess if you're paying the sort of money you're paying for this watch, which actually I think is just under or just over 5,000 of your English pounds, you want a little bit of luxury, don't you? You want a little bit of, you know, a little bit of something. So I'm not angry. Let's put all this aside for a moment, because what we're really interested in is this watch itself. Like I say, great little watch box here. Well done. A couple of poppers. Spin it over and you can pop it back on the bottom, and there you have it, just a nice little case. And here is the thing we've come for, the main show, presented in bronze. This, my friends, is the IWC Spitfire. Been around for a little while. A friend of mine bought this a little while ago and been meaning to get it in, and only just sort of got around to doing it. There is a lot to like about this watch. Let's get over some specs first, and as always, I'll throw in some juicy B-roll as and when I can here. So this is the IWC Spitfire, here in a bronze case, 39 mils. It is 10.6 mil thick. The crown, which is signed, I'll try and get some images of that. The signed crown is 6 mil in diameter. It's got a lug-to-lug of 49 mil, so quite big in some ways. But the lugs curve down really nice, and it kind of really conforms to your wrist in a good fashion. It has 20 mil lugs, and the strap comes out at 20, but actually tapers down to 18 mil. And then it's got quite a juicy signed IWC clasp on there, and that thing's pretty chunky. Couple of little retainer loops on the stitched calf leather bracelet strap here. Really nice. I would have liked to have seen some quick release, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers. On the back, we have I'll try and get good images. We have an etched image, still got the old sticker on it. Should I tear it off? This is my friend's watch, and I don't feel like I should do it, but I kind of want to. Oh, this is hard. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna choose friendship. The weight of this thing, all told, is 69 grams of weight. Inside of this watch is the IWC 32111 caliber. I think it's 120 hours power reserve, which is, you know, pretty respectable. And as you can see, presented here in this lovely bronze case. Now, different people have different opinions of bronze. I don't mind a bronze case. I like the fact it changes a bit over time. And I think this one in particular is kind of a nice, even at this point in its life, it's kind of a nice dirty sort of bronze. It's not starting off shiny. It's already a bit sort of beaten up, a little bit sort of like, not about to say brassy, not brassy, but you know what I mean, a little bit more matte, a little bit more kind of like scuffed up looking. It says on the website, this is an olive green dial. But I would say it's maybe slightly darker than olive. But, you know, again, I'm slightly blind now. Also, I should probably add that. And also, that's going to be a matter of opinion. Now, this watch is based on a watch that I think they started manufacturing in 1948, the Mark II navigation watch for the Royal Air Force. And, yeah, been around for a while. And this is a little bit of a homage to that watch. Now, this is down as part of IWC's pilot watch range. But my argument here is that this thing sits a little bit more comfortably in the field watch zone. For instance, here's my not hammy. Okay, here's my not hammy. Okay, so this is not a Hamilton. Okay, look at the similarity. Let me whip off the Militado ML05. And let's compare the out-and-out field watch on the left to the pilot range watch on the right. And I think you can't help but say there is a lot of similarities here. So what makes this piloty? Well, firstly, IWC made it and they said, hey, it's a pilot's watch. You notice how the strap here kind of like starts off at 20 and drops down in that little notch there, down to 18. That is also a little bit of a thing you see with a lot of pilots' watches. I reviewed a Laco. I'll leave a link to it up here somewhere in the top. I reviewed a Laco. It had the same sort of step down strap with it. Also, the hands on this IWC are very nice, but they're not particularly fieldy. They are a little bit more like a Flieger style hand. Nice dollop of loom in there, very thin and elegant second hand there. Those hands kind of golden around the edges, golden to the center. The second hand is gold. I don't know if these are actually gold. I don't know. I didn't sort of look into that. But yeah, so the strap is a little bit piloty. The triangle at 12 o'clock, you could argue, is a little bit piloty. The hands are certainly a little bit piloty. But going back to the Militado here, look at the crown on that bad boy. And look at the crown on this bad boy. They're pretty much like for like. So very much a field watch crown. Part of having a field watch is it being very, very legible. And the Militado is very legible indeed. And I would say that the Spitfire is in the same kind of realm. Maybe the numerals are a little bit smaller, but generally still at a glance, very, very legible. One of the things I like about this dial, while we're talking about the dial, and I'll throw in a little loom shot at some point, is we have at the 12 o'clock, we have a triangle and a couple of pips. And then at the 3, 6 and 9, we have little different colors. I think you can see it there. Just little different color loom in there. And when you see the loom shot, you'll see what I mean. It kind of really kind of lays out the hands really well. Just those 4 little bits of loom. We have a date window there at the 3 o'clock. Now, you know my opinion, people, on date windows. Or maybe you don't, but I'll tell you it. More and more and more, I'm going towards watches without a date window anywhere in sight. But if you've got to do a date window, I would say, let me just move this hand out of the way so you can get a proper look. It being a 3-hander, there's no great complications here. Everything kind of just works as you'd expect. But let me just move that minute hand out of the way. If you're going to do a date window, this, my friends, is how you do it. You don't put an obvious big sort of glaring surround on it. You keep it roughly, you keep the date wheel the same color as either the dial or in this case as the numerals. You keep it around the same size as the numerals. So at a glance, the watch looks very even. We're not really into little dates down here or dates anywhere else. If we've got to do it, we're going to do it at the 3 and we're going to stealth it out like this one does. Let's just chuck this on wrist, shall we? Just kind of like give you a little bit of a wrist roll, let you see how it looks and how it kind of sits on the wrist. I've worn this quite a bit. Really enjoyed wearing it, and it slips if you got a shirt on. There ain't no problems. This sits under the cuff nice, but as well, when it comes out, it's still a little bit tooly, and I kind of like it. Judging it's got that 49mm lug to lug, it's not particularly kind of like protruding from my wrist. My wrist is a 7.5, in case you're wondering, 7.5 inch wrist. So, you know, pretty sort of band average, maybe just above average wrist. Great wearer, really feels good. You forget you've got it on. And I do like the colours. I do like all the earthy tones, that olive or khaki or whatever kind of green you call it. The bronze case, that brown leather strap. There is something just fairly timeless about this watch. What don't I like about this watch? Nothing. There's nothing I don't like about this watch. I think maybe the only thing I might quibble on is the buckle is a little ugly, in my opinion. I think that the buckle's a little ugly, whereas the rest of the watch has got a little bit of finesse about it with the hands and the second hand. That buckle just feels a little bit Invicta, a little bit kind of like cheap, not cheap watch, but like, it just doesn't sit well. I think a slightly more slimline brass buckle would have done well there. But that's about all I can roast this watch on. Everything else I like. Everything else I'll be very pleased with if this was my watch. But one thing's for sure, this really is no pilot's watch. This, my friends, is a secret field watch. Anyway, this has been the ABC of EDC. I've been Rick Flatt, and this has been the IWC Spitfire. Till next time, take care of yourself. Laters.